So how did I come to Japan? That's a question that a lot of people have asked me. Well, if I mention that I've moved to Japan because of a scholarship, I guess some people will still ask me, how did you get the scholarship? So do stick around to hear the entire story of how I've moved to Japan. So I come from a tiny Pacific Island country called the Solomon Islands, and my story started in 2020. Before moving to Japan, I was working at the Solomon Islands National University as a lecturer for something like 6 years. Long story short, the school administration at the time was trying to get all the staff members to be upskilled because they are trying to improve the status of the university. So I was advised to look for a scholarship. So I heard about the Japanese government-funded scholarships called MAX, and I applied in 2020. The application process for the scholarship took almost a year, which was very tiring, I must admit. For those of you who are interested in the scholarship, make sure to check the local Japanese embassy in your country for further details. Otherwise, I also include some videos that I've made about the scholarship in the description below. So do check them out. Fortunately, I was awarded the scholarship, but something happened. So I received the news that I was accepted for the scholarship in 2021, but the borders were closed. I was supposed to leave my country for Japan at the outset of 2021, but because of travel restrictions, I waited until October 2021 to come to Japan. So was it great? Boy, I don't want to relive that moment. You have to go through a lot of pre-departure checks, and also after arriving in Japan, there was a mandatory 14 days quarantine, which I have to pay for myself. So I was at the hotel for a total of 2 weeks. That wasn't really pleasant. I was just staying at a hotel, feeling depressed. So when I got out of quarantine, I thought all my problems were gone and I was going to start school. But little did I know that that was just the beginning of so many more problems. So initially I was supposed to study at a university in Kyoto, but my first problem after getting out of quarantine was I couldn't able to get into the university. So a quick side note, I came to Japan to do a master's degree. But the thing about graduate schools in Japan is, for a lot of them, you need to sit for an entrance exam. So unfortunately, I wasn't admitted into the university at Kyoto. Luckily, my scholarship allowed me to find another university, and that's how I moved to Tokyo. Guys, let's go and find some coffee and continue the story. Guys, and here is our coffee. So I spent a year and a half in Kyoto before moving to Tokyo. I think the most depressing thing about my time here in Japan is it took almost 2 years for me to start my master's degree. So within that 1.5 year, I think I've lost quite a lot of interest in studies already, and it took a lot of energy to really get back into the mood of studies when I eventually started my master's degree last year. One of the biggest challenges as well is the recent increase in cost of living here in Japan. Sometimes I find it really hard to survive with the scholarship money, but I did manage to find some part-time job to help me get by. The 1.5 year that I spent in Japan without studying was not really a total waste. Looking back, I started this channel in December 2021 and I've learned a lot from it. Like, I learned how to converse, how to make videos, and also my confidence in front of the camera has improved immensely. Guys, I just finished a very refreshing shower. Talking about refreshing, I think moving to Japan has been such a refreshing experience for me. Working as an academic is not such a very exciting thing to me. I know that if I return home after my studies here in Japan, I will probably go back to my old job. But that is a job that I will do for maybe a few years and then call it quits. But when it comes to making videos, I think I don't see myself quitting very soon. Indeed, I have some stressful moments after moving to Japan, trying to cope with life here. But then on the other side, I also learned quite a lot, especially when it comes to making videos. And I really want to keep doing this. If you are thinking of coming to Japan, either for a visit or to study, tell me in the comment section below why you choose Japan. And if you are already here in Japan, also let me know what's your favorite thing about Japan. This is Harold. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one.